The Raiders finally get a dub, man, and we now are at 1-3. We beat the Denver Broncos in the home stadium, and honestly, I'm not surprised because we gotta always whoop the donkeys, right? We always gotta whoop the donkeys, but at the same time, we were at 0-3 at one point, and we finally get our first victory. It feels good, but at the same time, it's bittersweet because we planned on being at least 3-1, not 1-3. But we're gonna talk about it in this recap, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if y'all want to see more videos like this. Let's get into it, man. So first things first, y'all know what it is. We got to talk about what's most evident. What was the key thing that was different in this game compared to the last three? Tennessee, Arizona, the Chargers, and the number one thing, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs was the key factor in this one, and all of Raider Nation was screaming, hollering, saying, run the football, run the football. We talked about it last week, about how we come out after the defense gets the interception against the Titans. We pass the ball every single down, and we end up punting it. In this game today, we get a turnover from the defense. They score a touchdown. We get the ball back on downs, and we run the football with Josh Jacobs. He goes out there, puts over 150 yards. He gets a couple of touchdowns. The boy was going off. So the number one factor was the run game. But why was the run game effective? Why was it effective? Because the offense was balanced. The offense was balanced. We had an equal amount of run and pass plays at the end of the day, and it did get skewed at the end because we did run a little bit more, obviously, to chew the clock up. But at the end of the day, we were balanced for a majority of the game, and this is why we were able to have things click. Darren Waller didn't have a big game. Devontae Adams really didn't have a huge game. Neither did Matt Collins. The running back Josh Jacobs did. It was able to open up a lot of the passing lanes for Derek Carr, and we were able to stay consistent. We were able to be steady as an offense. And what did we talk about all week is that this offense is something that we've been depending on because that's who we're paying. We paid all of these special players. We paid the head coach. We got the new GM. We used draft picks to bolster up this offensive line, and it finally paid off. And I think the teams around the league are going to start taking notice because, look, although we are 1-3, the record doesn't prove what the Raiders are. It really doesn't. Because you think about when we played the Cardinals, we were up 20-0 at half. You don't get up 20-0 at half unless you are a good, solid football team. And most of the games we played, we've lost by a combined of maybe like 10 points or something. 10 points combined. We just beat our opponent today by basically 10 points. So the fact that we're able to come out today at the home stadium against the division rival that is actually 2-1. I mean, they have the best record basically against based on any team we played so far, and we go out there and beat them. Outside of the offense, I mean, the defense was out there making plays as well. Like we spoke of, Amik Robertson was able to pop up with the football on a fumble recovery and take it back to the house for a 60-plus yard touchdown. And the last time the Raiders have got a defensive touchdown was 3 years ago. 3 years since a defensive touchdown. I mean, that says a lot about this defense. But at the same time, another guy that came into play was Max Crosby with a couple of sacks out there defending the run as good as usual. And the dude is stepping up to the plate. We're still yet to see Chandler Jones, which we really want to see him get some production. And once Chandler does get some production, it's going to be a whole new thing. It's going to be a whole new defense because Max Crosby's already wreaking havoc in the backfield. And if Jones could just step up, if Jones could just do a little bit more, this defense would take a huge step forward, especially with the defensive back injuries going on. Now, Meek Robertson has been able to hold it down, but he has shown signs of being picked on. Nate Hobbs is Nate Hobbs. This dude is a top 5 corner without a doubt. When you talk about covering, when you talk about the run defense, Nate Hobbs is that guy. So this defense is still growing, and I see a lot of potential coming from it. It's exciting to finally win, and let's embrace it. Although it's bittersweet, let's embrace the win and enjoy it while we can. So I think a lot of people are going to start taking notice of the Raiders, and they have to because now that we got our first win, I think it's going to gain that momentum. At least I hope so because this week and next week, division rivals. You got the Broncos, you got the Chiefs. Going up against the Chiefs next week, we couldn't go in there 0-4, right? But now that we are 1-3, it's going to be a tough one, y'all. Going up against the Chiefs next week, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be something to anticipate for. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this past matchup against the Denver Broncos, man. Who else did stand out to you outside of Josh Jacobs? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button. Check out Redemption Brand, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Till next time, rate the tape.